Peace, love, and light, Scorpio, and welcome to your general love reading. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, if you're new to tarot and you don't know how this works, it is a general love reading, so everything won't resonate. Please take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. Also, keep in mind that the roles are interchangeable. Okay, so that means place yourself and the people in your story where they belong, because only you know. It also means that you flip the roles. If you know that you are the culprit, you are the culprit. Flip it, don't matter, right? Because you know the energy. You guys, I have set the intention for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. So if you have Scorpio in any of those areas in your chart, then there may be a message in here for you. Also, I've gone ahead and I have pulled the beginning spread for the energy between you and your person right now, the current energy. I will then clarify if I feel the need to. I will pull what to expect next and any advice for you. Okay, so let's get right into it. Scorpio, you pulled the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess, the Eight of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Hermit card. Bottom of the deck, we got the Hierophant, Justice, and the Eight of Cups. And I'm seeing here Judgment as well, okay? So we'll get into those in a little bit, but we're going to start off right now with the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess. I feel like, Scorpio, the energy between you and your person right now is one of like paralysis. Like either you or your person or both of you are feeling kind of stuck, right? You're feeling a lot, but you're not saying much. With the High Priestess energy here and the Eight of Swords, this talks about feeling, the Eight of Swords talks, the Eight of Swords talks about feeling stuck, feeling like your hands are tied, like you don't know what to do, just literally paralysis. And the High Priestess here is a card of mystery. It's a card of intuition. It's a card of silence. The High Priestess doesn't really talk about what she's feeling. She hides a lot, but she's still feeling it, okay? Even though she doesn't express it, she doesn't say it. It is a card of silence. So right now, between the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess, I feel like you and your person may not be on speaking terms. Maybe you've gone no contact, or maybe the contact is very, very minimal, okay? Because I do see, again, the Strength and the Hermit, and the Hermit card tells me that somebody is going within, is seeking introspection, is really doing some digging, okay? The Strength card talks about also holding back, right? Withholding, having self-restraint, is it, right? So keeping yourself from doing something, okay? With the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess here, I feel like that Eight of Swords is telling me that somebody is stuck, either, you know, being held down by fears, right? It could be fears, limiting beliefs, of maybe things that, you know, they've been through in the past, but either way, there's a big sense of like fear. And again, also limiting beliefs. With the High Priestess here, it tells me, you know, that doesn't mean that there aren't a lot of feelings, because there are. You might be a very intuitive person. Scorpios are known to be intuitive people. And also very much reserved, right? Appear to not be feeling much, right? Because they have like that ability to, be cut and dry, or appear to be cut and dry, but really they feel the feels, okay? Which is that High Priestess energy. So I feel like, if you aren't on speaking terms with your person, I feel like, each of you is going through a phase where you're really trying to follow your intuition, right? And somebody here is going through a huge transformation. I get the feeling that this could be you, Scorpio, that's going through this deep internal transformation, because I get the sense that there's internal conflict, okay? And despite that internal conflict, the Eight of Pentacles is here, which says, you know, even though I am fearful and I don't understand everything right now and I'm feeling like stuck, I still want to work on this. I still want to put effort or energy into this. You just might be in a space, or your person might be in a space where you don't really know how right now. I see 2 8s here, so August might be significant, August 8th, or maybe like July 8th. Those dates may mean something to you, it may not. The high priestess is Cancer energy, and we are in Cancer season, so you are going to feel the feels. The Strength card here tells me, yeah, somebody's holding back, or both parties are holding back. Okay, this is Leo energy, this is Virgo energy, so I feel like somebody's going through a major, or both of you, okay, are going through a major transformation here. Like, this situation, whatever it is, that's happening between you and your person, is really changing you and changing them, and also changing this connection in a very deep and profound way. With the Hermit here, it says both of you might be, reserving your feelings, not expressing how you're really feeling. But it's not because you want to ghost each other. It's not because you want to ghost the person, or the person wants to ghost you. But more so because you're really trying to lean into this change and lean into your intuition here, right? You're trying to be discerning. With the Strength card here, I do feel like there may be some pride and ego involved, right? I feel like the Strength card is about taming that inner beast, right? So I feel like whoever this is here, and you can flip the roles however you want to flip them. This is somebody who's struggling with their pride, right? And I feel like it could be, maybe there's a little bit of pride there, or a little bit of ego, or just a little bit of like that heavy confidence, like as far as like, how you worry about like how other people view you and things like that. Like, it could be that hint, like, I'm not going to reach out first, or I'm not going to do this first, because that there may be a hint of that there, and that might be what's causing more of this silence. With the Hierophant here, I feel like despite what you're not saying, there is a desire to explore the connection here. And with the Hierophant, this is about commitment, and this is about stability, and something that has the potential to grow into something really amazing, right? The Hierophant is about a deep spiritual bond as well, right? When we talk about the way the Hierophant looks in the original Rider-Waite deck, you see two people in front of like a pope, right? And so I feel like you and this person share a lot of the same morals and values, and it's almost like you see things in a lot of the thing. I'm just going to be quiet. You get each other, long story short, okay? With the Justice card here, I feel like, you're trying to find a balance. You're trying to find the balance as far as like what you're feeling and what direction to go in. But Justice also talks about accountability. It talks about looking at ourselves and being honest with ourselves, being truthful with ourselves about why we are motivated to do things and move in a certain way. Because the Eight of Swords, again, with that fear there, it's really looking at your behavior, and why you do the things that you do the way that you do them, okay? Because there could be, like I said before, a sense here of like limiting beliefs. So I do see the Eight of Cups. That being said, I feel like even though there's a strong connection here, right, and a very spiritual connection, I do feel like there's still somebody here who's contemplating whether or not they should walk away from this situation, okay? Because it could be, again, fears that they have, right? Limiting beliefs that they have, that your person could have. Maybe they don't feel worthy, or maybe they're just so afraid to be hurt or rejected that they decide, you know what, I'm going to walk away. This could be you as well, Scorpio, saying, you know what, this is just too much for me, and I'm just going to head in a different direction. But the Judgment card here says that, yeah, there's a decision that needs to be made, and I feel like it's weighing heavy on on you or your person here, Scorpio. Clarify the Eight of Swords here. What is this stuck energy? Thank you. Wow, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, somebody's really up in their head, stressed out, anxiety, unable to sleep. Some may be unable to eat. Just, you know, really in deep in thought, overthinking something, and yeah, just feeling confused about what to do. Clarify the High Priestess here. Thank you. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. Is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze, right? Do I commit? Do I invest here, right? So I feel like that is the struggle right now. The Queen of Swords says somebody has, even though they feel all of this that they have going on, somebody has emotionally withdrawn, right? Either they have distance themselves emotionally and they're like super guarded with the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, or they're considering distancing themselves and moving in a completely different direction. But the Six of Cups here says that this is a divine connection. Like you feel a very, again, spiritual connection, a deep connection with this person. The person that you're with may be a very spiritual person. It may be somebody like me who reads tarot or is just very intuitive, okay? Maybe kind of witchy, okay? But the Six of Cups really talks about soulmate energy. Okay, and it also talks about the past. So it could be that you're, you know, really feeling nostalgic or, you know, reflecting on this connection and how much it means to you. And despite whatever your reservations are here and what has you like up in your head and stuck, you still, you know, you are still looking at all of the ways that you feel when you are with this person, and you know, and how this person makes you feel, and you know, just really trying to weigh the pros and the cons of this situation. The Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you know, says, you know, somebody here may feel rejected. Somebody here may fear rejection, okay? And again, the Five of Pentacles talks about somebody being left out in the cold, okay? Let me just clarify this nine. What is the Nine of Swords in the reverse? The King of Swords, yeah. So if you haven't been communicating with this person or they haven't been communicating with you, that is going to change. There is going to be some form of communication. And I do see a divine counterpart here, right? The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, both the King and the Queen of Swords have been through a lot. Okay, so I feel like you and this person have both equally been through a lot, and I feel like you're both holding back to protect yourselves, not to, you know, hurt each other, but to really try to figure out what is best for each of you, and again to protect yourself. But with the King of Swords clarifying the Nine of Swords in the reverse, if there you know, you haven't been on speaking terms, there is going to be communication, but it's not going to be deeply emotional communication. Two of Cups, I'm going to take it. This is soulmate energy. I don't want to hear it. You're dealing with a soulmate, okay? You're dealing with somebody, and you may be dealing with somebody who's a different race, okay? You're dealing with somebody who just gets you. And I have said this before in other readings that we are in like twin flame soulmate times, right? Where the twin flames are making their ways to each other, okay? For those of you who are not familiar with the twin flame journey, twin flames are literally a soul that was separated, okay? And they go through life, and then at some point they find each other, okay? When they find each other, it is not an easy relationship, or you know, they go through a period where they're together, and then they go through a period of separation, and during that separation they are meant to raise their vibration and really go through an awakening that'll help them both raise their vibration to come back together. In this dynamic, in the twin flame dynamic, there's usually a runner and a chaser. And you know, the runner obviously, right, fears and moves away from the connection, and then there's the chaser who chases the person. But then there comes to a point where the chaser does stop chasing. And that's when they raise their vibration, right? And they get that enlightenment where they stop chasing, and this causes the runner to then go through an awakening, right? And hopefully learn the lessons that they need to learn, or he or she needs to learn, in order to make their way up to the vibration of the chaser or vice versa. Okay. And if they can do that, they can experience agape love, which is like amazing, you know, so this love, this is divine feminine, divine masculine, soulmate energy here, right? They come together and experience true love. It is not an easy journey. You have to deal with, okay, I'm gonna just say that, you know, it's not an easy journey, but I do feel like you're dealing with a soulmate here, and that's why you or this person might be feeling things so intensely here. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's get what can Scorpio expect next from their person? What are the next actions? What are the next actions from Scorpio's person? What can they expect next from, what can Scorpio expect next? So the King of Cups and the Four of Cups. Interesting. I feel like, it's at the bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this person wants to express their feelings, but, and there's a lot of love there. There's a lot, like they care, but they're reserving themselves. You know, with the Four of Cups, they're protecting themselves and they are, you know, guarding themselves and, you know, just guarding their heart, okay? They're not, I don't see them expressing that. Give me one more for what to expect next. Yeah, the Knight of Cups here. I feel like they're going to sprinkle here and there, okay? It's like there's reciprocity here. They're going to give what you give. And I feel like you're both, again, you're both going through this transformation where you want to fight for this connection, but you don't want to be foolish. You don't want to seem foolish. You know, you don't want to be rejected. Like, I feel like you're both mirroring each other here, okay? What is the advice for Scorpio? Knight of Swords, communication. Advice for Scorpio, the Tower, woo. The Three of Wands. One more, please. Thank you. Stop fighting. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Knight of Swords here, this talks about incoming communication, right? With the Tower here, it's like change is happening regardless, right? The Tower has been coming out, and just so you know, this is the Tower is Scorpio energy. Yes, the Tower is Scorpio energy. So this is you, Scorpio. I feel like you're going through a deep transformation here where you're having to look at yourself and really really face yourself with whatever the situation here that's at hand between you and your person, right? You're really having to face yourself, and I feel like something about you is being changed with this Tower card. This is like, the Tower is when, you know, comes to disrupt your foundation, but it also comes to remove illusions and, you know, even the ways that we lie to ourselves, right? So how have you been viewing love all this time? How have you been handling love? How have you been handling people, right? And I feel like this Tower is coming to really change your perspective on what love is or what it should be, and how, and it really is going to highlight all of the areas that you know, all of your blind spots or the spots that you have been avoiding. I feel like this is a shock, right? And a shakeup to your reality and your foundation. The Three of Wands is a waiting energy. But it's also about expansion. So I feel like this is, you know, this is a card of saying, yeah, there's this energy of waiting for something to come in. But it's also a card of, again, of expansion. So I feel like right now you are expanding all of the ways in which you view relationships and love and connections, okay? With the Five of Wands here, and I'm gonna pull one more, with the Five of Wands coming out in reverse, I feel like, you know, this is saying like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of, this could be you tired of waiting, right? And you decide to take action, okay? So I feel like the Tower is allowing you to see, it removes all of the illusions, and there's just truth. There's just clarity, and there's just truth, okay? And then I feel like this is the card where it's just like, okay, now what? What's next? And the Five of Wands in reverse is like releasing that, desire to fight the change that's taking place. One more here for the advice. So stop trying to control. The Queen of Wands, yeah. So the Five of Wands in the reverse is like letting go, releasing ego, and releasing the need to, fight this situation, and taking inspired action with the Queen of Wands. It's coming in, whether this is, you, again, flip the roles however you see fit, but the Queen of Wands, pursues what she wants, okay? So this is about, coming to terms with, whatever it is that this Tower is revealing to you, not just about the other person, but about yourself, and how you view this connection. And I feel like many of you are going to come to the realization that, this is a divine connection. And I feel like right now the struggle is to get to that, right? To see beyond the illusions and to face yourself, right? Because you are going through a deep internal transformation, okay? Your person is, but I feel like with that Tower card coming out for you, that represents your energy, Scorpio, you are going through a deep transformation here. The Empress card is at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like, again, there's a lot of love here. This is the beginning of the birth of new things, right? So this situation here, this relationship, this connection, whatever it is going through some sort of renewal, and there is a lot of love here. You're moving away from turbulent waters, and this is about, the Six of Wands is about victory. It's about success in this situation and in this connection, and it's about recognition, okay? So I feel like, what comes next is aha moments, a breakthrough, a realization of what this situation means for you, what the person means for you or to you, and make the next move is going to be you facing yourself and following what is really going to make your heart happy. Whether or not that's that, and this, again, your actions shape your destiny, right? So I'm not saying here, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying to you that your actions shape your destiny, right? It could go either way. If following your heart means following, taking that Eight of Cups route and moving away from the connection, that is what you'll do. And somewhere along the line, you're gonna, you'll find love somewhere along the line, right? Because, ultimately, it is, love is always on the table. Love is always available to us. We just have to be open to it. But for many of you here, I feel like this is the realization of what someone means to you or who they are to you. And I feel like, this situation is really just reshaping how you view love, relationships, and connections. And it is changing you on an internal level. Scorpio, I think I'm gonna leave it there for you. This was a lot. Did I ask what to expect next? Okay, what can Scorpio, did I ask what to expect next? I think I did, yeah, from the person, and this was the advice. Perfect. Okay, so I'm not gonna pull anymore. You guys, thank you for sticking with me all of this time. I truly appreciate you. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, drop a comment down below and let me know how. Give your girl a like, it helps my channel, all right? Hopefully you have already subscribed to the channel, but if you haven't, hopefully you'll consider subscribing. If you're interested in reaching out to me, connecting with me on any capacity, all of that information, how to connect with me for a personal reading, or if you're interested in following me on my other social media platforms to check out my shenanigans, all of that information is going to be in the description box below. I love you all so much. Peace, love, and light.